Hey, good afternoon. So I had wrote a post, it was May 7th of 2022, and it's on Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68. And I really feel like, and this is in the New International Version, it's about curses for disobedience. And so since the Lord has been speaking to me and stating that we, the nation of United States of America, is under a curse, and under judgment currently at this time due to our disobedience, I kind of wanted to read this. I'll make it quick, just so that I hope that you will take this time to ponder this information. Because remember that God doesn't change. He's never changed. He says, I will never leave nor forsake you. And I don't change. I'm the same in the yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I'm always the same. So I think a lot of us are thinking that God never gets mad or any of these things, but he's showing us his truth here, that he does tell us if you don't obey, you're going to be cursed. And this is I feel an agreement that he has. You know, the law, in order for it to balance and work, it has rules, laws, and regulations, and God has to adhere to those. Hence, Satan coming into the throne room and with his legalistic information and saying, hey, they did this and I have legal right to do that because of the balance. So let me just read this real quick, and I hope that this is speaking to somebody. I know that when I first learned this helped me to be more obedient and to step into obedience. We all slip and fall at times, but let's try to get it right. New International Version, curses for disobedience, 15. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow all his commands and decrees I'm giving you today, all these curses will come on you and overtake you. So he's letting you know right here from the get. You'll be cursed in the city and cursed in the country, both. Your basket and your kneading trough will be cursed. The fruit of your womb will be cursed. No babies. And the crops of your land, the calves of your herds, and the lambs of your flocks. You will be cursed by all these things. You will be cursed when you come in and cursed when you go out. The Lord will send on you curses, confusion, and rebuke in everything you put your hand to, until you are destroyed and come to sudden ruin because of the evil that you have done in forsaking him. And this, I feel like, is especially for those that come into agreement with God and say, yes, I'm a believer and I'm going to follow. If you're going to follow, then you're going to follow my statutes. The Lord will plague you. The Lord will send curses and confusion and rebuke you to the hand until you are destroyed and come to sudden ruin because of the evil you have done in forsaking him. The Lord will plague you with diseases until he has destroyed you from the land you are entering to possess. So remember, Moses wasn't allowed to go into the promised land because he struck the rock. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease, with fever and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with blight and mildew, which will plague you until you perish. The sky over your head will be bronze, the ground beneath you iron. The Lord will turn the rain of your country into dust and powder. It will come down from the skies until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You will come at them from one direction, but flee from them in seven, and you will become a thing of horror to all the kingdoms on earth. Is that not what is going on right now to the United States? Your carcasses will be food for the birds and the wild animals, and there will be no one to frighten them away. The Lord will afflict you with boils of Egypt and tumors, with tumors, festering sores, and the itch from which you cannot be cured. The Lord will affect you with madness, blindness, and confusion of mind. Do we not have all this right now? At midday, you will grope about like a blind person in the dark. You will be unsuccessful in everything you do. Day after day, you will be oppressed and robbed with no one to rescue you. You will be pledged to be married to a woman, but another will take her and rape her. You will build a house, but you will not live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will not even begin to enjoy its fruit. Your ox will be slaughtered before your eyes, but you will eat none of it. Your donkey will be forcibly taken from you, and will not be returned. Your sheep will be given to your enemies, and no one will rescue them. Your sons and daughters will be given to another nation, and you will wear out your eyes watching for them day after day, powerless to lift a hand. People that you do not know will eat what your land and labor produce, and you will have nothing but cruel oppression all of your days. The sights you will see will drive you mad. The Lord will afflict your knees and legs with painful boils that cannot be cured, spreading from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. The Lord will drive you and the king you set over you to a nation unknown to you and your ancestors. There you will worship other gods, gods of wood and stone. You will become the thing of horror, a byword, and an object of ridicule among all the peoples where the Lord will drive you. You will sow much seed in a field, but you will harvest little, because locusts will devour it. You will plant vineyards and cultivate them, but you will not drink the wine or gather the grapes, because worms will eat them. You will have olive trees throughout the country, but you will not use the oil, because the olives will drop off. You have sons and daughters, but you will not keep them, because they will go into captivity. Swarms of locusts will take over all of your trees and the crops of your land. The foreigners who reside among you will rise above you, higher and higher, but you will sink lower and lower. They will lend to you, but you will not lend to them. They'll be the head and you'll be the tail. They will be the head and you will be the tail. All these curses will come upon you. They will pursue you and overtake you until you are destroyed, because you did not obey the Lord your God and observe the commands and decrees he gave you. They will be a sign and a wonder to you and your descendants forever, because you did not serve the Lord your God joyfully and gladly in the time of prosperity. Therefore, in hunger and thirst, in nakedness and dire poverty, you will serve the enemies of the Lord sends against you. He will put an iron yoke on your neck until he has destroyed you. It goes on, and I don't have time to read the rest of it. I'll have to do a part 2 that ended at 49. But we're looking, the United States of America are already going through this. We have sickness, we have disease, we have cancers, we have boils, we have so many different things that are going on right now in our nation. And God, this is God's judgment, and we're going to see more of this. And he keeps telling me all the things that I said in Deuteronomy are getting ready to come to pass. I'll do a part 2 real quick to read the rest of it, because I think it's important that you ponder this information and look at it. We as a nation need to turn from our wickedness and repent and ask God to forgive us for our sinful ways, for our wickedness, so that we can flourish. Look at the cattle that are being burned up and destroyed. Look at the storms that are coming. Look at the fields, the chicken coops. Look at all the things. He's allowing these things because of our sin and disobedience. It's time for us to get our heart right and repent, for the day of the Lord is nigh.